I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site. Global events are again determining the direction of stocks.
NASDAQ-listed biopharma and biotech names are rallying on trial results, while the small caps go higher on drug hopes. And are you sick and tired of worrying about battery life? A Bay Area company is tapping into radio waves to charge fitness fans.
Welcome to Small Cap Nation. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. Stocks globally, including in the U.S., started the day selling off on news from North Korea that it had successfully tested a hydrogen bomb. While the claim of creating a successful H-bomb is being met with skepticism, the U.S. Geological Survey does confirm that it detected earthquake-type activity in the region. Now, it could be a less complicated atomic bomb. A senior U.S. administration official told CNN it could take days to obtain the scientific data to determine whether this was a successful test. Nevertheless, it has rattled markets worldwide. Now, some analysts believe small cap stocks offer protection from global events like this that would impact the big multinational corporations. Well, expanding its reach in spinal surgery products, NuVasive says it will pay $380 million in cash to buy fellow medical device company Ellipse Technologies. The CEO of NuVasive says combining the two companies provides a category-killing combination. NuVasive's line of minimally invasive products and procedures for spinal problems meshes with Ellipse's spinal bracing and limb lengthening offerings for pediatric deformities. Well, Panera Bread became the latest company to move toward using more natural ingredients, with the news that its soups no longer contain any artificial colors, flavorings, or preservatives. Panera said it sells about 200 million services of soup a year, and they no longer contain any of the common ingredients found in commercial soup. Shares of gun maker Smith & Wesson up 10%. At the same time, President Obama announced new gun control measures. During a televised speech, Obama said the proposed measures would focus on stronger background checks and boost gun safety technology by working with the private sector. Firearms maker Sturm Ruger is also soaring in recent weeks on gun sales, which did set a record last year. Well, lots of small cap companies making news today. Here's a look in today's small cap wrap. Acadia Pharmaceuticals plans a $330 million secondary offering of stock. California Resources says its chief financial officer will present at the Goldman Sachs Energy Conference today. Conatus says its drug Imrircasan had an effect on liver biomarkers. Iconic says Sports Direct had reported a 9% stake in the company. Autonomy plans a $100 million secondary offering. Prothena also filed for a secondary offering of stock, and Sage Therapeutics has begun a $150 million secondary offering. On Semiconductor said it has extended its tender offer for Fairchild Semiconductor until January 20th, but did not raise its offer of $20 a share, which remains below a competing bid. On Tuesday, Fairchild said an unsolicited offer of $21.70 from a Chinese investor group would likely constitute a superior proposal by labeling the bid from China Resources Microelectronics and Hua Capital Management as superior. Fairchild is able to engage in discussions with that suitor. And Spirit Airlines has named board member Robert Fornaro as chief executive officer in a move analysts say may nudge it toward a merger with Frontier Airlines and improve its results a year after a unit revenue decline. Fornaro headed AirTran for nearly 4 years until Southwest bought it in 2011. And analysts say his record of deal-making may in the long run seal a merger between Spirit and Frontier, which have a common low-cost model and plane types. With all the global uncertainty that we've already experienced in 2016, you'd think gold would be higher, but that has not been the case. Alan Valdez is at the New York Stock Exchange with the possible reasons why.
Hi, Jane. How are you today? Hey, listen, the market, of course, down a little today. It's just a bad year to the bad start to the year, let's put it that way. But, I'm here with Dave Williams. You brought some good questions before on gold. Why is it acting this way? Well, I'm a stock man, but Dave Williams been in the gold business for years with him and his family, and he's got more answers than I do. Hey, Dave, why did gold act the way it did last year?
I think gold acted, it was down last year and acted poorly last year because of the dollar, essentially. Versus other currencies, gold was actually up on the year, but the dollar was the safe haven play last year. The dollar was up last year, and gold was down versus the dollar. So I think that's the play. The dollar was a safe haven, gold was not last year.
And gold to me is the safe haven. I mean, especially what you guys do at Strategic Gold. I mean, you deal with the physical gold. That's what I like to see. I like to be able to touch it, feel it. I just don't like, gold when it's out there in cyberspace and you just get paper gold.
That's exactly right, Alan. That's what we do. There's a tremendous difference between gold acting as money, the physical, or gold as in paper in GLD, the ETFs, or even the mining stocks or something like that. Gold is money when it's physical. When it's not physical, it's nothing more than paper money anywhere else, fiat currency anywhere else.
It's dangerous is what it is. But Dave, okay, 2016, we're here. Let's put 15 behind. This was a bad year for everybody, not just gold. For the oils, for the commodities in general, for the market. 2016, what are you looking at in gold?
I think gold is going to be significantly higher in 2016, and I think the reason is because it is the safe haven. It is the play that people go to when things get tough. And let's face it, so far in 2016, things are getting tough. Even today, the North Koreans say they have a hydrogen bomb. Those are the kind of things that are the black swans that occur that sooner or later is going to affect the price of the dollar, and it's going to affect gold, and it's going to affect gold positively, I believe.
In regard to small caps, that's what we specialize in. What are they looking at? I mean, what are the miners looking at this year?
The small caps were really hurt badly last year. The junior miners, but they have been for the last 4 years. And I think it's capitulation time. They've been out of favor. They've been out of favor for 4 years, much like gold has been. And I think that this year that turns around. They are so low and so beaten down that there's nowhere else to go but up. And I think they're going to go up significantly as the price of gold is starting to move in the right direction. So far this year, we're actually getting a little bounce, which is very nice.
yeah, we're up, what, 13 today, something like that?
It's yes, and we've been up even in the few days we've had so far this year. We've had some nice up days. Nothing really huge or significant that you would think of, with the China problems and all that kind of stuff. And yet we're going on the positive side. So maybe we actually have turned that corner early in the year.
Well, we'll wait and see. We're only, 4 days into the year, so we'll have to wait and see. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
All right, Jane, from the floor, I'm Alan Valdez. Bye-bye.
We'll take you to San Francisco next when Small Cap Nation comes right back.
Guys, I got the jerseys. El Nino. Aquí. Spray Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Don Ovan.
Think that's me?
You guy. It's $40. Can you cover that?
I'll send it to you right now. Done.
Okay, got it. So hat-trick Rick, he's the best player on our team. You get the ball, you give it to him.
Great. Rick.
On your phone, online, on the go, Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
All right, Don, you're on. Nope, just kidding.
Doug, you've been staring at that for a while, huh? Listen, TD Ameritrade has former floor traders to help walk you through that complex trade, so you'll be confident enough to do what you want. I'll pull up their number. Blammo. Let's get those guys on the horn. Ooh. Looks like it is time to upgrade your phone, Douglas.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Let's go, Serena. Fight. Come on, fight. Can't stop me now. Come on, Serena. Can't stop me now. You don't want me. Can't mess with this. Back to the top. Here we go. 2, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, stop. Let's go back. 1, 2. Whoa, we're gonna stop there. I bet we can do it even better.
It took tennis legend Serena Williams, fencing champion Tim Morehouse, and the world-famous Rockettes years to master their craft. But it took them only moments to master paying bills at Chase.com, depositing checks at Chase ATMs, and transferring funds on the mobile app. Technology designed for you, so you can easily master the way you bank.
Small cap biotech names are posting double-digit percentage gains today. Conatus Pharmaceuticals and Chemocentrics. And what's boosting shares of Conatus?
Hi Jane, Conatus is getting a healthy boost. NASDAQ listed shares of the company are rallying 20% today. The biotech announced positive initial phase 2 results with its experimental drug, Energous. The mid-stage trial was conducted in cirrhosis patients. Now, according to the data, there was significant reduction in a protein fragment known as caspase, cleaved cytokeratin 18. Patients with advanced liver disease have high levels of the protein fragment. The San Diego, California-based Conatus says Energous showed consistent improvement across additional liver disease biomarkers in the overall patient population. Headline results for the liver drug were positive, and the effect in seriously ill patients proved more meaningful. But the results did not show statistically significant reductions in functional measurements. Now, 6-month data from patients who continue treatment is expected in Q2 of this year.
ChemoCentryx also announced positive results in a mid-stage study. What were the goals for its lead drug candidate?
Shares of ChemoCentryx soared after it reported results for CCX 168. In midweek trades, shares have edged lower after the pre-market pop. Now, in its phase 2 CLEAR study, the drug was tested in patients with AAV, and that stands for anti-neutrophil cytoplasmic antibody-associated vasculitis. Now, that's a rare autoimmune disease that causes inflammation of blood vessels and affects about 40,000 people in the U.S. This disease is usually treated with steroids or a combo of high-dose corticosteroids that can cause fatalities. The Mountain View, California-based company has several drugs in its pipeline. The biopharma focuses on orphan and rare diseases with its orally administered therapeutics. Now, ChemoCentryx plans to advance its drug CCX 168 in a phase 3 study this year.
And last but not least, for pharma, Recro Pharma reported positive results for its painkiller in a mid-stage trial. What's the market reaction?
The microcap is seeing a small pop for its NASDAQ-listed shares. The company's lead injectable painkiller was successful in a mid-stage trial. Meloxicam was well tolerated and deemed safe with no serious reactions. Now, Recro acquired rights to the drug from Alkermes in spring of 2015. Boehringer Ingelheim Pharma currently markets an oral version of this drug. The Pennsylvania-based firm plans to kick off late-stage trials in the first quarter of this year. It is also working on another non-opioid drug that has completed a mid-stage trial.
Straight ahead, we head across the pond for a look at what's happening in the European markets when Small Cap Nation comes right back.
Good. Very good. You see something moving off the shelves, and your first thought is to investigate the company. You are Type E. Yes, investment opportunities can be anywhere. Or not. But you know the difference.
E-Trade's barcode scanner. Shorten the distance between intuition and action. E-Trade. Opportunity is...
Before they sat down, one more time, just for themselves. Before the last grandchild graced the stage. Before Katie and her husband hit that rough patch. Before Kevin finally came home and the first grandchild arrived. Before the sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, and Brad's brief brush with the law. Before the second British invasion. Before Katie, Debbie, Kevin, and Brad. Before they became a family. There was a connection that started it all and made the future the wonderful thing it turned out to be. We know we're not the center of your life, but we'll do our best to help you connect to what is.
Sometimes the present looked bright, sometimes romantic. There were tears in my eyes, and tears in my eyes. And so many little things that we learned were really the biggest things. Through it all, we saved and had a retirement plan, and someone who listened and helped us along the way. Because we always knew that someday the future would be the present.
Every someday needs a plan. Talk with us about your retirement today.
Graham, have the European markets settled down today?
Well, not really. After a positive close last night, although not enough to recover Monday's huge drop, this morning's open was varied. All the markets actually dropped except for Milan, and that dropped later. So now we're moving into the red again, and looking at somewhere like a 4 to 5% loss on the close at the year end. So not a good start to the year at all. At the same time, the euro is steadily depreciating against the dollar, falling towards 0.70, and sterling is falling also, so the dollar is showing some signs of strength. Big data day today, with the market PMI services for December, as well as some other data for Europe.
And what is the data telling us?
Again, mixed, but not very encouraging overall. Services and composite PMI came in slightly down for the UK, France and Spain, indicating slower growth. In the UK particularly, job creation was the lowest in 5 months, and outstanding business grew modestly, and firms' long-term expectations for business activity were the weakest since early 2013, which seems to be confirming a slowdown in the economy. Only Germany and Italy showed small increases in their PMI results. Confusingly, consumer confidence in France has held at the same level for the last 3 months, with people remaining optimistic about their saving capacity. Also in Spain, business sentiment rose to an 8-month high, despite the PMI figures indicating a slowdown in the economy. The final market Eurozone composite PMI came in a little up in December of 2015, while the services PMI came in unchanged from November. So again, pretty flat. Producer prices in the euro area decreased by 0.2% month on month, and more than 3% year on year. So no real sign of inflation in any of the systems. So not really very encouraging data for most of Europe.
Well, Graham, what are we looking at today?
Well, we have a very interesting high-tech company that's well established, coming to the Euronext Alternext as the first IPO of 2016.
How well established and why now?
The company Immersion was established in 1994, and after 22 years as a private company is now going public with a fundraiser only about 2.5 million euros, which is not a lot, to support its ongoing development and to open up its market access.
What makes Immersion interesting?
Immersion is the leader in Europe, and particularly in France, and a major international player in virtual reality. Now, I know we hear a lot about this, but they have delivered to an impressive client list virtual reality products and services. The company now wants to confirm its leadership by developing its offers and reach new markets outside of France. It plans to maintain its effort in R&D and innovation to grow its staff. It currently only has 36 employees, but probably wants to go up to around 60, it says, by the end of this year, and to raise its profile globally. Priority will be given to the structure of the company, to perpetuate its historic activity, and particularly to develop sharing, their universal collaborative product platform, which we'll talk about later. Their teams of experts design immersive spaces and deal with the most complex technical challenges on a daily basis, from immersive stereoscopic image walls and multi-screen immersive 3D environments to remote collaborative working platforms and projection even onto domes, for instance, and that sort of thing. Immersion develops and integrates high-end display systems and interactive services in order to allow its clients to test, design, simulate and agree in real time around a virtual mock-up. It's really quite something. Immersive 3D rooms are used for design in digital templates and for virtual prototypes, reviewing projects and simulating for the purposes of valuation issues. a most impressive technology.
So we expect a lot of interest in this IPO?
It is a specialized investment, but those investors who understand the technological potential must be attracted to its unique strategic position between virtual reality, collaboration, and facilitating real-time design decision-making. As of 30th of June 2015, Immersion, which I said only has 36 employees currently, generated a turnover of just over 9 million euros. Currently only 9% of this is for export, so there's a lot of potential there. And the company works today with some 45 collaborators, among whom are major engineering companies such as Airbus, Dassault Aviation, Thales, PSA, Peugeot, Citroën, Renault, Alstom Transport, Massey Ferguson, SNCF, Dassault Systems, Bouygues Construction, Saint-Gobain, and Xerox. Their strength is in their proprietary universal collaborative platform, Sharing, which allows users to link virtual reality systems, meeting rooms, and staff across the world, allowing real-time testing of a great number of hypotheses, accelerating the design cycle, collaborating and making decisions in real time, etc. Simulating for the purposes of evaluating design issues. As someone who was trained as an engineer in the paper age, I find this technology really kind of mind-blowing when you see it. You've seen the videos. They expect to prosper by better meeting their client requirements, anticipating the maintainability of systems, training the operators, and expanding their market base beyond France. Their technologies can benefit major industrial clients and smaller clients down to larger SMEs who are experiencing the same technological and industrial issues. A very interesting IPO for the start of the year. This is Graham Brown closing out for Small Cap Nation Europe. Good day.
We'll take you to San Francisco next when Small Cap Nation comes right back.
Everyone works hard for a reason. Working together, we can help you prepare financially for when 2 becomes 3. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
You want to be the best investor you can be. You want to cut through the noise of an overwhelming amount of analysis. You want the insights that will help you decide which ideas to execute and which to leave behind. You want your trades executed in 1 second or less, guaranteed and routed with institutional quality technology. Look no further. Open an account and find more of the expertise you need to be a better investor.
When I got the phone call that we had received the grant, I held my breath.
To have a program like this is a big reward.
Being a Chase Mission Main Street grant recipient is a game changer.
One of the biggest surprises in starting a small business is the number of hours we should work for the first 20 years.
One of the great things about this grant is that it is going to let us invest in some additional inventories.
It's going to allow this business to go to the next level.
Being a recipient of this grant, we can't be thankful enough.
It's a dream come true, and I'm still in awe.
Many Americans Americans are hitting the gym and getting back on the treadmill. New Year's resolutions usually include a fitness goal or two. At this year's CES, a startup has introduced a device that could revolutionize wireless charging. Is it just for fitness fans?
Energous is the company behind What Up, a wire-free charging technology for devices. At this year's CES in Vegas, Energous unveiled a miniature What Up transmitter design. It's compatible with devices that are enabled with What Up. The technology allows charging by tapping radio waves, and this means goodbye to cables as well as adapters for small devices. Now, when it comes to fitness trackers as well as wearables, this could come as welcome news. These devices can't be charged by mat-based chargers, but with a compatible wireless solution. Now, the device can allow for a completely waterproof design. The wearables would simply need a What Up chip inside, so in theory it's not just for fitness trackers. The transmitter is about the size of a USB thumb drive and can deliver less than half a watt of power to the receiver chip. Now the chip itself is just 3 by 3 millimeters.
How soon can we expect to see the device on store shelves? And will we be exercising and charging on the go this year?
The What Up wireless charging tech is still evolving and its patent is currently pending. Given the What Up transmitter's capabilities, it would take up to 40 minutes to charge a fitness band. It sends energy at around 5.8 gigahertz, and that requires clearance from the FCC. And that means it could take over a year for Energous to have a commercialized product ready to go. The NASDAQ listed company is based in San Jose, California, and it currently has a market cap of over $127 million. Now, Energous still has to convince mobile manufacturing partners to opt for its technology.
Sticking with healthcare and tech, the FTC fined Lumos Labs over its brain training Lumosity games. How serious are the charges?
Many of us remember the Lumosity ads. They were on our TV screens and all over the internet. Now, the company behind the games, Lumos Labs, has been fined by the FTC. The government agency says the game developer made unfounded claims that its games could keep Alzheimer's and dementia at bay. The FTC alleges that Lumos Labs claimed actual studies prove that playing its games would delay age-related cognitive decline. Lumos Labs will shell out $2 million to settle allegations that it deceived consumers with unfounded claims in its advertising. With its settlement, the company does not admit or deny the allegations. It will pay only $2 million of the $50 million fine because of its current financial condition.
Listen up, investors. What to buy, sell, or hold. Our daily segment on what the experts are recommending when Small Cap Nation returns.
Guys, I got the jerseys. El Nino. Aquí. Spray Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Don Ovan.
Think that's me?
You guy. It's $40. Can you cover that?
I'll send it to you right now. Done.
Okay, got it. So hat trick Rick, he's the best player on our team. You get the ball, you give it to him.
Great. Rick.
On your phone, online, on the go, Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
All right, Don, you're on. Nope, just kidding.
Doug, you've been staring at that for a while, huh? Listen, TD Ameritrade has former floor traders to help walk you through that complex trade, so you'll be confident enough to do what you want. I'll pull up their number. Blammo. Let's get those guys on the horn. Ooh. Looks like it is time to upgrade your phone, Douglas.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Let's go, Serena. Fight, fight. Come on, fight. Can't stop me now. Come on, Serena. Can't stop me now. You don't want me. Can't mess with things.
Back to the top. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, stop. Let's go back. 1, 2. Whoa, we're going to stop there. I bet we can do it even better.
It took tennis legend Serena Williams, fencing champion Tim Morehouse, and the world-famous Rockettes years to master their craft. But it took them only moments to master paying bills at Chase.com, depositing checks at Chase ATMs, and transferring funds on the mobile app. Technology designed for you, so you can easily master the way you bank.
Lots of activity in today's buy, sell, hold action. A Schulman was raised to a buy at Longbow Research. AmSearch rated buy at Barclays. BioChrist Pharma raised to a buy at Jefferies. Idera Pharma rated new outperform at Wedbush. Jack in the Box is rated neutral by SunTrust. MI Homes raised to outperform at FBN Securities. Magellan Health cut to underperform at Barclays. Meritage Homes was raised to outperform at FBN Securities. New Jersey Resources rated new market perform at Wells Fargo. RPC was raised to outperform at FBR Capital Markets. Rush Enterprises cut to neutral at Longbow Research. Teradata was cut to underweight at Barclays. And WGL Holdings rated new market perform at Wells Fargo. Thanks for joining us on Small Cap Nation. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, check back for the latest news and research on smallcapnation.com, Facebook, and Twitter.